Has made another one. You already know the thing. Next topic I want to get into, I'm going to be so real. We're going to get straight into it. What's going on with the cost of fuel prices? We already know the cost of living. That's been a thing that's been happening for many, many years. Okay, that's been going up like every week. It seems like the cost of oil and the petrol has risen as well. And it's all something to do with the war that's happening currently in Iran. I'll be so real. You see me? I've got more questions than I do answers. So let's get straight into it.
About the impact on your finances here in this country and how we can all try and protect ourselves with moneysavingexpert.com founder Martin Lewis. I asked him how worried people should be.
This is all about timings. Of course, this is not just about the spike that we're seeing in oil and gas prices. It's about how long that spike lasts for. The longer it lasts for, the worse.
It lasts forever because the prices don't drop to what it was once. It just goes up and up and up. So it lasts forever.
As the situation gets. Now, the imminent problems, we've already seen petrol and diesel prices go up, although the percentage rise isn't that high. It won't.
No, it is. Like, literally, if you deep it, I remember I was driving the other day. It was like, what? I can't remember the exact figures, so don't quote me on this. But it literally jumped up at least like 5 to 10 pence. If you add that up over time, that accumulates.
Be very pleasant for people. The most painful rise that we've seen is in heating oil and LPG oil, where people often in rural communities and many in Northern Ireland and in Scotland, instead off the gas main, so they have big tanks that they buy bulk heating oil or LPG to fill up. Those prices have doubled. People are suddenly, if their tank is empty, having to pay.
They've been doing apparently they've been doing the cost of living payments to be help out with the heating bills, but what good does that do? Literally, and it's just going up and up. How does this why is the war linked to this? Why is it affecting us? Let's get to it.
Hundreds of pounds more than they were planning to, and that is the biggest imminent bill shock that we've seen. When it gets to gas and electricity bills, it all gets a little bit more complicated.
So let's start with heating oil. What should people be trying to do to protect themselves?
Ultimately, the decision here is
just buy like Mad Canada Goose and one of them Snuddies and just wrap up warm car. What else can you do? Like, literally.
It's really tough. Now, if you've got enough oil and LPG left, you could, of course, wait this out and hope that things are going to get better. But there is a realistic chance that things are going to get worse. This is a global economic problem on the back of a huge conflict in the Middle East, and none of us know which way that's going to go forward. So I'm afraid on heating oil, there are very few answers, other than the most important thing the government needs to do is make sure that there are not firms taking advantage of this Middle East conflict in order to rip off consumers.
In terms of,
when it comes to our energy bills...
Yeah, but in terms of the Middle East conflict, I don't know much about it. I haven't been following up on it too much, so I'm not going to speak on it too much. Okay, I don't want to misinform anyone or give any type of information that's incorrect. Okay, so I will educate myself a bit more on it and then maybe do some more content on that. I just give my thoughts and Likkle Opinion on it. But I do know that, well, from what I believe is it's just all that to cover up some extra stuff, because you hear about these Epstein files dropping, and then a week later Trump's going to war with everyone. So I don't know if it's me or if it's all just a big coincidence. But let's keep it going.
Not people who are on a heating oil. We've obviously got the price cap in place till July. Is there anything people can be doing in the meantime?
Well, you know, the right...
She asked this question before and the man just said he don't know, or he just said there's nothing that we can do apart from rely on the government to bust us. But come on, man, it's not going to happen again. Well, when did it ever happen?
Time to fix and to get yourself off the price cap was 2 weeks ago, when you could fix at 14% less. There is still one fixed tariff available right now when we're recording this, which is cheaper than the price cap. It's about 5% cheaper than the price cap. So if you're risk averse with everything that's going on and you're on a price cap tariff, which is your standard tariff, the do nothing tariff, the default tariff, you will go onto a comparison site, find yourself a cheap fix that is cheaper than the existing price cap, and you'll move to it. When it comes to gas and electricity, while we've seen a spike and we've seen the underlying rate of wholesale gas, which is the main dictator of our electricity prices, double, although I should note we're still nowhere near the peaks of Russia-Ukraine. Now, the real issue on energy bills, and this is what everybody needs to understand, and the real political issue on energy bills.
So the advice is to basically just find a better provider, find someone else that's cheaper than what you're currently paying. Cool, let's keep it going.
Will come at the end of May, not the end of June. That is because at the end of May, we get the announcement for the July price cap. Now, almost certainly at this point, that July price cap will be more expensive than the April price cap. However, how much more expensive depends on how long this lasts for. If when the May price cap is...
It's going to last forever, and I'm not talking about the war, I'm talking about the rise and cost in energy bills. Whenever we ever heard it gone down, or someone, if it has, then please let me know somewhere in the comments. Just remind me when it's ever gone down, because I don't remember a time it has. I mean, there's been times where petrol has dropped, the price is fluctuating it, so it goes up and down, and there has been instances where the petrol's dropped down a couple pence for a week, 2 weeks, maybe a month, maybe, but then it just goes back up and then goes up and up and stays up. Literally, since we left Brexit, petrol's been mad, literally. But let's keep it going.
Announced, wholesale rates have dropped back down to normal. Then even though the July price cap will go up, the government would be able to say, look, it's going up, but it's going up in the lowest use period of the year, April to October, and it should come back down again in October. If, though, we're in May when that price cap is announced, and we're still in this position, or potentially a worse position, that's the ticking time bomb. Because at that point, there won't be any cheap fixes available. We're going to have an announcement that the July price cap will go up, and we will be in the assessment period for the October to December, getting on for winter price cap, and that will look like it's going to stay high too. And that's when the calls will start to come for the government to start to look at intervening in the energy market.
But
I don't know why they haven't done that already, to be fair. Literally, but you see me, I'm not political, I'm not an expert in this field or anything like that. I'm literally just reacting to some content that affects the everyday person, because it affects me. So I'm literally just reacting to this bit of content. And that's about it. I don't know what the answer is. But what I do know is the government should have intervened in these private companies a long time ago.
there are reports that the government is considering stepping in to, there are reports now that the government is considering stepping in to subsidise people's energy bills further. I take your point that on the 1st of April, a certain amount, just over 100 quid, 130 quid is coming off the bills because of what Rachel Reeves has done. But do you think the government should step in further?
Well, I think it certainly might need to step in on heating oil and LPG, where, I mean, I have read messages from people saying, I can't afford this, I don't know what I'm going to do, I just hope it doesn't get cold again because I can't afford any heating oil for my home. And that is a real concern, and that is the most pressing concern at the moment. I would be confused if the government were looking to intervene on energy bills at the moment when energy bills are going down on the 1st of April, not up. I mean, there's lots of other things that need doing big picture. I'm only talking this in the short-term spike issue. Yeah. You know, energy bills have massive problems, standing charges too high, overall.
Well, hopefully they are going down because, yeah, it's a mad thing for people out there. See, me, I got a little hack, but I'm not going to speak about that one here.
Price is too high. But just looking at the immediate concern that we have right now, I think if they are looking at it, they will be looking at it potentially for July if we're still in this in July. I mean, if they're looking to do it earlier, it doesn't seem to make much logical sense to me.
Yeah, I'll be so real. I don't really understand the rest of what you're saying. Like I said, I'm not the brightest bulb in the, the brightest bulb in the box. I'm just here to just react on things that I see. Things that affects the everyday person, which is me. I am the everyday person, literally. And apparently this war as the man said, is affecting us, which of course it would be. Resources are getting used, you know. Like I said, I don't know much about it, so I'm not going to speak on what I don't know. I will educate myself, and probably, hopefully in the next video, we can speak on that. But yeah, I just wanted to give my little thoughts and opinion on what's going on with the oil prices and petrol prices affecting us everyday people. And that's about it. I'm out.
Dot so big it leave your marrow in a distance. Slapped it in Streatham and they heard it in Brixton. Big belly came for the cake, Mr. Kipling. Moving all this weight had me feeling like a kingpin. I was born as a sufferer, scorned as a sufferer, hustle as a sufferer, troubled as a sufferer. I pray mommy never mourn for a sufferer. By any means soon shine as a prosperer. I was born as a sufferer, scorned as a sufferer, hustle as a sufferer, troubled as a sufferer. I pray